could that be? So Dex went through again, and look at that, 106.08, 45 car, that means the gap is down to 0.364, so it's taken a little while. Just over a quarter of a second behind I haven't looked that closely enough as yet, but yeah, both people are out of the same garage. They're both BR1s, which is a very short He made his debut in the 4 hours of Imola, being run by, as I said, SMP Racing. SMP Racing planned the full season. A pair of these BR01s for the Le Mans 24 hours. 2016 from the 24 hours. The 2016 FIA World Endurance car. Michaeli Lashin, the Russian driver, took a pole in that one in WEC qualifying. However, the car sort of fell back and finished well down through the order. So it's sort of a short-lived history of that. Still a modern chassis, aren't they, in reality? 2015, 2016, the car manufactured basically moved on dramatically quickly, but that's still a modern car. Quicker last time, but not enough this time he has. But it is the 45 car of Dex that's jumped up into pole. 27 Lynn has gone back out again. That was the outlandish start. Tried to apply to the teammate. Incidentally, Tammy in number 60 car, the Lola Judge, is one. 4 seconds off the pole time as it stands at the minute, and still not shouty as I'd expect a Judd to be yet, is he, that car? I'm just looking through chat text and say he's the driver. I knew he'd done a bit of Formula Ford and a bit of Formula Renault, but other than that I couldn't tell, and I'm having a quick look on information that's available to me. He's, 28 years of age, British, and yeah, absolutely Formula Ford, Formula Renault, did a little bit of JK Asia Series racing, a couple of races down there in Asia. Which has now taken him nearly 3/4 of a second clear of his teammate Lynn. Here comes Lynn, his first flying lap since he came into the pits. He's improved from 105.418, but still 0.394 behind Dex. So Dex has just done a great job there. Very cool, and just sort of like got quicker, and then just by the way, Newton in the MG Lola, number 25, has gone back out to the circuit again, so fingers crossed we'll start seeing some representative times from him. Let's hope so, yeah. Mike Newton, who has claimed victories at Le Mans with Tommy Erdus in 2005. Warren Hughes was in the car that year as well. And also in 2006 when Andy Wallace shared the car. That would have been in their respective class, of course, not an overall win. I also noticed now that the timing screen with regards to the yes, Hammy behind the wheel with Marcus Jules and he's just put in a 104.677, so he is now 0.347 ahead of his teammate Jack Dex. I think that might carry on into the race, you know, Mark. Those two are going to be scrapping that one out somewhat, I suspect. Because I still think that both of them will pass the seeing whether they can find any more time. And you look at how sports cars have moved on over the years, and you know, we've got these modern P2 cars. You know, they're not P1s, short-lived and jack decks, they're P2 cars. So it's the not the highest category of Le Mans, but they'll lap it here. Might come along pole position times in Masters historic Formula 1 cars, which date back to the 1980s. How efficient the aerodynamics I'm sure they're a bit too new to be in this as it stands at the minute, but I'm sure we'll have those out here at some point. Sadly, the MG Lola of Mike Newton 25 is back in. Which is a real shame, but hopefully they'll be able to get that sorted. They've still got 21 and a quarter minutes left to go, so I'm really hopeful we will see that one flying at some point soon, but as it stands at the moment, no, but it is another 104. And he has raced a creation, a CA07 sports car as well, which was his first taste of the Le Mans prototype type car. So, yeah, considering that relative lack of experience, he's doing a fantastic job, Jack Dex. Isn't he just? I mean, it kind of shows that story. He's another one of those drivers that it's a shame that he couldn't win for them. He's coming into the pits now, so he hasn't been in yet. That's the first time he's direction, the point North 104.204, 104.502 today. Number 25 has gone back out again in this empty Lola, so fingers crossed we get to see that one keep going and actually put in a representative time, because we have no idea where it stands at the moment. Equally, the number 16 car of Tandy, Steve Tandy, in that Lola Judge P1, has put in some flying laps, but I'm still not convinced that it's best. 109.498 is the best it's done so far. And the Quay Ferrari's ahead of it, the GT2 car. Yeah, I mean, last year Steve Tandy, he did claim a couple of wins, one at Monza and one at Spa, but we also saw him. Just as yet, let's hope that whatever the issues are, that he's hampering his progress. We can see him out there. Newton's gone round, flying back. First place, flying back. Incidentally, by the way, last time round as well, the 27 car of Lynn went even quicker, 104.099, so we're going to see him dip below the 114s. Deck's still in the pits, no right to reply. The gap's 0.403 between the teammates as it stands at the moment, but now the MG Lola, number 25 of Newton, he's joined in the game as well. And that's what he can do. Dex has now gone out to 45. slower this time, 106. We're trying to get past the number 17. On his time again, but not position, so still in third, 105.605, so he's getting closer to the top two. Our result now, and he's just getting himself in that zone. We watched those other P2s took a few laps today before they were really flying.
And then if you want to see these cars, if you can't get around there in qualifying, do go round for one of the races and look at the cars heading down through the graining curves, because it really goes to show the advancements that have been made in sports cars over the years and how aerodynamically efficient and how much you're so reliant on the aero. Flat out, down through Hollywood. Cars and it's car. Curve, I would have thought, yeah, bang on, you know, go round this once curve quick. Jab of the McLean's corner, then up towards the braking area for Coppice corner. You brake in a straight line as the gradient starts to incline, pitch the car in. You can't see the apex, you turn in blind to the first part of Coppice corner, grab the apex. There's a second apex there, but the car's positioned roughly in the middle of the road at that point. Accelerate your way down the exhibition straight and then onto the brakes and in towards the right and left flick of the Robert chicane. It looks as though it's been a clean and tidy lap from Jack Dex. No traffic to worry about. Is it good enough to mount a challenge for pole? What he needed to do, so he's back to 104.5. That's what he's just come out. We've seen he just works his way to the perfect lap time. He'll be able to do it, and I say that because at the moment it's 0.4. Number 25 of Newton, so we said that he was going to try and bring that engine down in the time, but might be from the front row, 0.6 away from pole position now. 3 of them in the 104s, so it's suddenly become a 3-car fight between those P2s. We still haven't had the P1 putting anything in, which goes to show as well what a good job Quaif's doing in that GT2 car in 4th position. The first of the 2 Porsches in 6th place, and then it's the Chevy Corvette C6 number 77. Those guys are still 15 minutes of this qualifying session. Jack Dex now showing on pole, but he's just jumped up to pole position, is he there? So what, 3.8 to 7.8
the other way at that point.
Jack Dex. Now, he didn't come over the start-finish line, so either that's a large delay in the system, or it's a lap.
He probably did actually, because he's just going up through McLean, so he probably did, and we just happened to both look the opposite way.
No, I saw it flash up, so he would have already been down at the old hairpin, so it must have been a bit of a delay in the system. So it's now showing that the number 45 car of Jack Dex sits on pole position, 1.3.878. Into the pit lane comes Mike Newton. So that now means that it's only the 2 BR1s or BR01s. Which is going to be the Martin Beck Creek quarter as well. Through and over the start of the line.
Not far off, it's definitely 103.91. Number 70 Porsche and still managed to put in a good time like that. Liz has only just gone out. However, don't forget, 27 has just got to get back into that zone again, get everything warmed back up again. This is the outlap and already coming back down towards us, such as the speed of these cars, down into the 103s as we say now, for these guys. Newton in third place is in the pits as it stands at the minute, but it's only just over half a second behind the front row, starting, which is the second of the BR1s as it stands, but there goes lead number 27, now about to start his flying lap again. He needs to find 0.221 to retake that pole position, but here comes Jack Dex, number 45. How low can you go, because we're getting amazing when you the gap is 0.823 all of a sudden between Jack Dex and the 27 car of Sean Lynn. Sean Lynn is run any chance of stealing that pole back from his teammate, and that is just 1.5